This video surfaced out of China, and it looks like their city is floating in the clouds. Of course, we can't verify if the video is real or not, but we have seen things like this before. This is a type of superior mirage called a fata morgana, where air temperature near the surface is actually cooler than the air above. It can make objects appear like they are stacked on top of each other, or in this case, like a city floating in the clouds. The same phenomenon happens when you're driving in your car on a hot day and you see what appears to be water or something liquid on the road in the distance, or you've heard of people walking through the desert and they see water in the distance, and then once you get closer, it disappears. Light waves travel through the atmosphere from the sun straight to your eye, but they actually travel through the atmosphere at different speeds. A mirage occurs when the temperature on the ground is hotter than the air above. When light travels through the cooler air into that warmer air near the ground, the light is refracted or bent, and what your eye is seeing is not that U-shaped bend, but an illusion.
Okay, I don't know if these videos are legit or not. However, I read about this from, this is the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Talks about the city of P and the city of Tep, celestial mansions of heaven. Also read about it in the Book of Mormon, Doctrine and Covenants. And what it says, Jesus says that there will be mansions, or you'll be rooms within God's mansions that are prepared for the ones that are successful. And I found out about this after I had a reoccurring dream, and then I read it and it really stuck out to me in the books. My reoccurring dream is that I go up to my second floor of my house, and then there was a third floor that went above it, and I go into the third floor and I go into this all white room. And it was everything in there was like covered up, like it was waiting, and it was grand and glorious. It was a beautiful room, and that's where this really stuck out to me. And that's what the city of Tep, and that's what I believe is in that image. Like I said, it could be doctored, but it says it's there. It says it's there in multiple books, and I'm going to tell you this much: it's there. These books are right. The people that say that they're not right. But okay, so what I'm going to tell you about is dreams that I had. If you're somebody that sees and understands, know this: God's law is not to just keep it to yourself. You are to tell others. So if you do see, you do understand my message, give the others a warning, give them a fair shot, because if you don't, you'll be held accountable for it. But as soon as you tell them, hey, listen, take a look, you're off the hook. They're accountable for themselves. Most of my dreams that I'm going to tell you about, I had by the time I was 7 years old. I talked to a couple mystics about my dreams, and it wasn't that I went out to meet these mystics. They actually came to meet me. The amazing thing about it, this one time I talked about this girl in another video. She comes up to me and she told me my birth date, and then I ended up talking to her about my dreams, and I was telling her about this dream specifically, and it's about this little girl, and this little girl's name is Greta Thunberg. And I'm going to explain to you about Greta, what I know, and I'm going to tell you first about the dream that I had with her in it. I was, like I said, about 7 years old when I had this dream. I was playing outside. It was a very beautiful day, and I was on the lawn, and I was just sitting and playing. And I heard the song AC/DC Hell's Bells start to play, and then it started getting louder, and then it got louder, and then it was playing like it was playing from the sky, and it became like distorted playing, and it was real shaking, and it was like thunderous, okay? And then the world started spinning, and I got pinned to the earth, kind of like on a tilt wheel spinning around in not the circus, but the fair or whatever, where they have them, amusement parks. And I was like pinned back, and I was pinned on the ground. And then this girl comes up to me. Now my dream was all in color, but this girl came walking up, and she was in black and white. And just the girl was in black and white, nothing else was. She came up, and it was a girl. She had a white dress on, and she had pigtails. and she came to me, and I asked her, what's going on? What's happening? And she looks at me, and she looks up towards the sky, and she says, "It's God." And that was the end of my dream. I woke up, and after that, you couldn't play AC/DC anymore. And then eventually AC/DC, I was like okay with. We could play AC/DC, but not Hell's Bells. And years went by, and I listened to the song again. Well, I looked for this girl in black and white. You know, of course, after I saw her, I knew who she was. And of course, there's a black and white image of her. And the conspiracy with it is that she's a time traveler. But if you watch my videos about the Union of Rose and Cross, okay, that shows that they're not time travelers. They're here. They've always been, and they always will be. But there's some other pictures of her. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you now. I'm getting to the name Greta here. Donald Trump is not the man's name. The name is Simon. Donald Trump has meanings like Mary. Mary means that you got a gift child from God. Zechariah means that a prayer was answered to you from God. That's specific, you know, a term. Donald Trump, the Don is the, if you know about the mafia bosses, the boss of the bosses is called the Don, okay, the superior one. And Trump, if you know about the tarot deck, Trump overrides the zodiac. And from my other videos, I show you through the Bible that the zodiac is Lucifer. So Trump is the top one, and just like in the videos that I show, that's exactly what he is. He is the head. He is the head of the Jews. He's their leader, and I show you that through the Bible, and I show you that in multiple ways. And his name is Simon. Okay, well, Greta, this name comes from meaning of pearl. Okay, it's Margaret, abbreviation for Margaret, but the meaning of Greta is pearl. Now you go to the definition of pearl. Pearl has two meanings in a definition, but if you're looking, here is the second one. It's a person of great rarity and worth, a valuable person. That's what a pearl is. So what you're seeing is Greta, okay, she is a person of great worth. That's what it's telling you by the name. Take you to the second part of her name, Thunberg. Okay, and here's a story from 1977, and it's Lauderdale, Illinois. This is about a child that was 10 years old, was picked up by a Thunderbird, and the Thunderbird flew and dropped them from about 30 feet high in the air back in 1977. Now, what's a Thunderbird? They're saying that these birds had wingspans of over 10 feet. And if you look into these stories, there's a couple people that actually say that they witnessed these Thunderbirds back then. And there's this one where this kid was, well, he was a kid back then, a man now. He said that he saw the bird. He told his family. No one believed him. And the next day, it came out this story about this kid being taken away.
Lawndale, Illinois, July 25th, 1977.
1003, 1004, 1005, 1000.
I was in my backyard one day playing hide and seek with a couple friends of mine, Willie and Travis.
Marlon Lowe is 10 years old and weighs about 60 pounds.
5, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010. Ready or not, here I come.
And I run around the house.
Suddenly, something descends upon him from above.
Something just swooped down and grabbed me. I didn't hear it, didn't smell it, didn't see nothing coming. So I looked up and I seen a big old bird.
According to Lowe, the bird uses its long, curved talons to grasp the sleeves of his tank top and lift him at least a foot into the air. Marlon's mother, Ruth, sees the attack from the house.
Oh, my mom, she took off at me when she seen it. She took off running at me.
Marlon struggles to free himself. Already, the bird has carried him a distance of nearly 40 feet.
And it dropped me, and when it dropped me, I just took off running.
Marlin and 4 other witnesses watch, stunned, as the bird flies off.
Oh my God!
And then it flew up in this tree right here, tried to land in the tree right here. And it was too much weight, so they just took off flying on out of the tree and headed for the creek.
Marlin Lowe's mother files a report with the sheriff's deputy and a county conservation officer. Zoologist Ken Gerhard has researched the long history of giant bird sightings from the past and present. Gerhard has found hundreds of reports of these birds across the nation. Like Illinois and Alaska, Texas experienced a rash of sightings of giant birds in the 1970s.
The peak years seem to be 1976 and the latter part of 1975, where in a span of about 3 weeks, dozens of people here in the valley reported seeing this gigantic winged creature.
What is up with the Thunderbirds? And I'm going to take you through these images here. All right, a Thunderbird mythology, and it's Greta Thunberg. I'm saying that she's from these people. Okay, they are messengers of the great sun himself. The sun, I tell you all in my videos, black sun is God the Father. Okay, what are they? They are supernatural beings. Great strength, power, and strength. Next one here. This one, they're a great mountain that floats in the sky. All right, just like you saw that floating city. Well, they come from floating in the sky. That's where they reside. Now, the first verse, I'm rolling thunder. And I'm pouring rain. They control the rain. They control the thunder. That's what's said about them. Next, I'm going to go on to creating storms of thunder. So I'm rolling thunder and pouring rain, coming on like a hurricane, creating the storms. As you see, white lightning flashing across the sky. So I'm rolling thunder and pouring rain, coming on like a hurricane, white lightning flashing across the sky. And then, of course, you have the next one where they're wrathful. You're only young, but you're going to die. Well, Greta Thunberg is a very special person. And if I want you to look here, that they marry into human families. It says that they're among the human families. And you also see that they're shapeshifters by flicking their beaks back. Okay, so they're among us, and it's there's this video online where you can't read what
chest and I'm screaming, I stop breathing, damn, I see demons. Dear God, I wonder, can you save me? I can't die, my boo-boo's about to have my baby. I think it's too late for praying. Hold up, her voice spoke to me and it slowly started saying,
bring your lifestyle to me, I'll make it better.
And how long will I live?
Eternal life and forever.
Or will I be the G that I was?
I make your life better than you can imagine or even dreamed of. So relax your soul, let me take control. Close your eyes, my soul.
My eyes are closed.